Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, cool. Let's see what we get here today. See if these markets recover or if they continue to fall back down to the lows. All right, let's see. So you have higher high here, lower high here. So bearish SMT. This 1 hour for value gap we have not yet met here on NQ. So I wonder if we're going to drip down into that 1 hour for value gap, which is basically this area here. So I'll draw that out. I want to go to our opening range as well. Let's see what we have here. So we had a close of price right here and open right there. We can draw this out just like that. Let's see what we get here today. Maybe we get down to that 1 hour for value gap. We just have to get a clear distribution at these highs, something clear. That would make me want to take a trade and basically accept the risk on this entire trade. We're getting kind of a choppy little movement here at these highs. Got those equal highs here on YM. We'll see if we hit those soon or not. There's nothing here of my interest right now. So if we go over like what price did like going into like this morning. So we had basically Asia session yesterday right here. No. Where am I looking at? Over here's Asia. I was zoomed in. Asia right here actually expanded. Pulled back down during London. And then we had the pre-New York consolidation. We're smoking up above these highs, so this could be the beginning of the market maker sell model here, if that's the case on this time frame. So now we want to watch, see how this 5 minute fair value gap plays out. What do we get here? Make that blue for now. This is a weekly gap. That's what I'm looking at here. We're in a weekly gap rejecting that. So we're actually rejecting this gap here as well. That's on a 2-day. Two-day time frame getting rejected. If we blow up and come up above this and invert this, we could possibly go higher, but until then, I think we can see some more lower movement down. There's just buying up in. There could be a lot of selling up in here if it does want to start to short. Like it's driving higher multiple times. We don't really have SMTs down here too much. Okay, we have a higher high on ES, lower high on NQ. So bearish SMT at these highs. Like I said, if we are going to go lower, yeah, I want to put this low there. Now let's take that weekly gap off. I don't need all that shit in my chart. Looks bullish on this range. We'll see if we take out this high here. We do have a big gap up here that we could be targeting. Make that red. Basically, that's a volume balance up there. That's buy side. And we have more buy side here. Yeah, so we'll see how this plays out. We could reach up into there. If we sell off now without a good entry, maybe we get a buy back up into that range. Like we deliver off this fair value gap here, the one hour. We're back. Alright, delivered off that 5-minute fair value gap. Now we are rejecting that 5-minute fair value gap and we are pushing higher now. Inverted a 15-second fair value gap. Use this 15-second breaker as support to move up towards that buy side up there. We overall are bullish. Fucking tired, man. Been working out really hard lately, so very, very tired. Sore, tired, all that stuff. Alright, we're still pushing up. This market's fucking bullshit. Dollars pushing up a sore index is like, what the fuck? Ah, man. We'll focus on the setup today. Focus on my execution. So did we just take out liquidity when we did that? I would say no. I would say we're just making equal highs here to keep going higher at some point in time. There's a lot of highs here that we could be hitting. So see what happens here with these highs. I mean, again, there's a lot of highs up in here. But if we do inverse this, we're just making like more of like a resistance level. I would like to see some like rejection at these highs if we're gonna keep going lower. If we close here, close there, we rip this high, but we stay lower here. Maybe we can look for something lower. I'm not going solely by price action. I do see like a distribution at these highs, inversion of the 30-second SMT, so like this could be a pretty good short. I'm not taking it on like a funded. I'll take it on paper, risking above the 30-second inversion, targeting like down here. A 1-to-1 would be like right there, so we just take one contract off here. So I'm just papering this one. This is more of like an SMT kind of play here. We're back down below the new week opening gap. I see the SMT, it's in the 30-second order block. Okay, we're ripping down. We'd want to see this low hit here. I'll put an alert there. If we hit that low, stops break even. Ideally, this high should stay intact. I think price has a higher probability of moving lower. We have the distribution at the high. We have a draw on liquidity, all these lows. Everybody buying from market open. We have the order blocks. We have the SMTs and the wicks. We have the inversions. Okay. Limit. By limit hit on one. So we just took profit on one contract. I mean, that's not a lot. I mean, 500. And then we're looking for the next one to hit down here. So like right about here, so we'll see. We might get the rejection. I'm not too confident in this trade. We'll see. We'll see how this plays out here. So now we're breaking this low. We're staying higher here, so we could easily get that reverse back up. Yeah, so if we do go bullish, we gotta watch this area here. This 15-minute could just wick right back in. I'm gonna close this out. No, I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it. Cause like I said, I had a short bias right there. I know it could easily flip around. A 4-minute order block now. Because we took internal low, we can always expect that to retrace after that. That's why I always take partials. I'll probably break even pretty soon. Yeah, I'd say we're gonna push to break even here soon. Or it's gonna reject the 4-minute order block here. Not sure what she wants to do yet. If we break this high again and go above the high, we could be bullish again. Until then, I'm not interested. Now we got a 30-second inversion after hitting this liquidity with bullish SMTs. So this could be buying up from this area right here. But I'm not confident that because of the SMTs we have right now. Okay, with that distribution now, it looks like we're going to go way lower now. Down in the 1 hour for value gap I've marked up, wherever that is. Like down here. So I'll just trail my stop on this one along the way. I like that we're getting, so if we actually break this low and we break these lows here, I want to watch to see what we get if we reach all the way down to there. So we're back above the midnight open. I wonder if this is going to give us the power 3 where we move down lower now. This is like the moment of truth of this 5-minute fair value gap. Does this 5-minute fair value gap hold it, or does we end up breaking through it? So now we're above this high. We close above this inversion again with strong displacement here. This energy is making me think that we're going to reach this high again, maybe even up to here. Because we just took out that low and we have SMTs. So this would be my new bet right here. Because of that 30-second inversion level. I'm going to say that the SMTs here are going to fail and we're going to push right through it. Like, look at that bullish candle right there, man. Taking out liquidity. Yeah, we still haven't met the opening range yet, so I think we're going to reach down there at some point, but we might take out the highs first. Fuck it. Hey, dude, I'm so fucking exhausted. Yeah, bullish SMT in those wicks, too. And we're selling off in dollar now, finally. Yeah, there's an algorithm spooling the price up there. Oh, it's almost like I fucking mentioned it was gonna do that. Bearish SMT, but it failed. Those are some notes from my recording. I do like that we're pushing higher here. Okay, if we do close up about 50% of this wick here on NQ, I would say we're gonna keep going long. It would need to be about 50% of this though. We need to get a closure. One more minute. We'll see where we're at. One more minute. I wonder if we're gonna get more like SMTs and shit at the wicks in the fair value gap. Okay, we're starting to fall. We have a 2-minute fair value gap here. bearish SMTs. We have equal highs. So what we have here is equal highs. Bearish SMT now. We're inverting this area with equal lows. Okay. We're about to invert this. I'm not taking it short because I'm not a huge fan of it, but look at that 5-minute closure. That's fucking bearish, you know what I'm saying? I would say this next low is suspect here. A few minutes on the 9-minute candle. 15. This could also just be a retest to go long. If we break this low here and we stay higher here, this could be a fair value gap. I know this can turn into a 2-minute inversion. Okay, we just broke the low. We're trading through that fucking low now. If we stay going through this low and we still go bearish, we could be looking down here. From what I'm seeing now, okay, I'm making a lower low and a higher low there. We got these equal highs. I just don't like this, man. I really don't. I don't even want to long it with this. I'll observe that. Like, I can observe whatever I gotta observe, but I don't want to like take that. I don't like that 5-minute rejection. It's just coming down so many times. We got that bullish SMT in the 15. Like the thing is, like, what's the higher time frame telling me? We are just using this new week opening gap as a form of support right now. We closed up above the low. Equal highs in the 4-hour, that's crazy. Usually we don't see that. I'm okay with missing anything that just forms right now. Go back to the bigger picture, like, step out. We have this range we can retrace into. This could just be the start of the market maker sell model. Since we have those equal highs, I think we could still tap it. But if we break down below this 5-minute, I think we'd be hitting this low first before hitting those highs. We got all these equal lows right here, man. All these equal lows. I think we're gonna get a short at some point. I just don't know when. I just don't know when. And I don't want to jump the gun too early. I know we got bearish SMT at these wicks now. As well at the highs. Man, oh man. This is getting kind of juicy now. I don't like those equal highs. I don't want to short with equal highs above. But if we invert this 30-second, it's kind of... We got the SMTs there. It kind of looks like we're going to go for a short. Which it very much might just do that. I'm not going to short that 30-second. I'm saying it right now, I'm not. We got the discipline to not short it. I'm either going to short after we take these highs, or if we break down below in here and we get another redistribution to short. That's what I'll do. Or if we short first and we take out these lows and we get a buy later, then I'll look for the buy. But I do see these equal lows here. Right here from London session. That's something I really want to take advantage of if we do get that. Oh, look at that closure above that 1 minute for value gap. I'd say this is bullish here to go long. I really do. I think we're going to hit this high now. 2 minute inversion as well. I'm not gonna allow my tunnel vision or urge to want to take a trade let me get in this, because I'm not really planning this one too much. I mean, I get it. I see that we have the bullish SMT in the wicks. See the 5 minute now reverse that to go back higher again. The smack in the low multiple times with bullish SMT. We do have the order block. We do have the equal highs. Dude, it's just something screaming at me like, don't fucking touch it. I think it's still good. It's still valid to go higher in a way. 5 minute order block. I'm just gonna practice my discipline here. It's not clear in the moment. Does the trading plan say to take it? Liquidity into a discount, SMTs. The higher time frame is not really saying to. Yeah, I guess it does say to take it. I was thinking we're going to get something a lot more clear in a little bit. But deliver out this fair value gap down here. Just broke this low. Just soup this low here. Okay, we're not even in our macro. Plan doesn't say to take it. Keeps rejecting this 5 minute order block. Equal highs up here again. This is where it disrupted this low here. As you can tell, we disrupted this low. It's either a trade or it's not. Okay, I mean, that's what it comes down to. I think if we wait for a macro, we can get a better setup. Macro starts right here. If we just wait for this time, we'll go to there. Sometimes not trading when we're not in a macro is one of the best things you can really do. Like this 5 minute really looks sloppy right now. At this high, so we go to these lows. We would go higher if that is the case. Is ICT live right now? I know he was like yesterday. What the fuck? This could be the start of the market maker sell model. We close down below this 5 minute fair value gap. I want to look for more bearish movement. But if we keep rejecting in here, or a macro gives us a bullish sign to go higher, like let's say it gives us like some 1 minute inversion right now, like strong displacement with SMTs. So if we break this low here, just like that, we stay higher here. If, like I said, if we stay higher here, I'm paying attention to what we get in this area. So now in this wick here, not quite 50% of it yet. There we go. If we break through it, I want to see if we can keep going bearish. Okay, we just broke through it. Get another minute 30 in this 5 minutes. So if we inverse this 5 minute here, I want to look for a retest up in this range to go short. Okay, they're all making that lower low. I am now flipping to bearish because of what the chart is telling me. So we got breakers up here. So this is 100% a dirty ass breaker. No, it's balanced price range. Breaker. As well as this 5 minute inversion. This was an order block, we broke through it, now it's a breaker. We'll play off that breaker there. 5-minute inversion level as well. Got 13 seconds left in this 5-minute inversion. I'd want my stop above this breaker here. I'd be targeting here. And down to here. Okay, we're getting the retest of that breaker now in the 5-minute fair value gap. They're all doing that, so I want to wait for more information here. Because if we do just reject and go higher again, I don't want to be caught up in that one more leg of manipulation. I need certain signatures and price of what my trading plan tells me, which is now we wait for SMTs. Okay, we got an SMT there, 2-minute wick. We're in the breaker here. Do we get up into this bearish for value gap or do we not? I know we got these equal highs up there, so I want to keep that in mind. Make that red for value gap there. I'm bringing this over to my other screen so I can watch all three of them. If I want to execute on this, I will. 40, so it's fucking 800. The leverage is insane. So we got 8 minutes left in this 15-minute candle. I do want to see that close bearish. We just started our macro, so I'm interested in seeing what we get here in our macro now. We don't have any SMTs at the lows yet. So that's what's holding me bearish as well. What's holding me fucking not wanting to get this either is because these equal highs up here. There's a lot of them. You look at this 5-minute wick, we delivered right off this 5-minute wick. So I can't really be too picky on that either. Like, almost exactly up that wick. Okay, we got more bearish SMT in the wicks there. So we're moving higher here. We stayed lower here just for now. We have a 30-second for value gap here. We're delivering off this 30-second paired to this breaker now. So you'd want to see this start displacing lower at this point in time. I'm trying to see if we got SMTs and oh, we don't. 1 hour wicks. Not even on 1 hour wicks. So we'd watch this order block and this for value gap. If we inverse this 3-minute for value gap, I'd say we're going to go long. If we reject this 3-minute for value gap and we close down below 50% of this wick, I'd say we're going to go short. So if I measure this out for everybody, to get the overall bias of this picture we have. Like I said, if we close above it, I'd say higher. Up to here at least, if not higher. Up into here. Because notice what we just did. We just tapped this opening range. I'm just not bullish. That's the thing. I'm just not bullish. But that is my bullish bias. If that does happen. If that does happen, I think it's a higher probability of moving higher. If it closes down below 50% of this wick, I think it has a higher probability of moving lower. 5-minute close back into this inversion gap here. So this would be $800 risk if we took this here, from here to here. I'm just gonna wait for something more quality. Even if we do invert this 30-second, I'm okay with missing out on it. I rate myself based on my quality execution. I said 50% of this wick. Man, oh man, we're about to fucking do it too. We do have bullish SMT though, but I think it's gonna be negated. I'm doing it. 3-minute looks good. I think it's worth the risk. I think it's higher probability of moving lower. But watch it just reverse right on me because the bearish SMT with YM, but that's okay. 3-minute looks good. We rejected the fair value gap. So I took the risk on this trade right here. We ended up closing that 3-minute below the 50%, which I said is where I'm looking for this short. If we get that closure, I'm looking for it to go lower, down to these lower levels, down into these equal lows that we have in the higher time frame, which is down below here. We had bearish SMT at the highs, but if we had that 5-minute closure down below the inversion fair value gap, I was going to short that. I was going to look for more of a short. We had bearish SMT in the 1-minute wicks up here, and then I was looking for a buy if we got a 3-minute inversion closure there, but if it closed down below 50% of this wick, I was going to take the short, which it then did close down below that wick. So I then took the short based on the 30-second inversion level here. So once we took that 30-second inversion level, I took the short, targeting down towards this low down here, which these equal lows. So this would be about 100 points or so, going down to the equal lows. I will trail my stop along the way. I only had one contract in because this is a 40-point risk, 41-point risk, so that's about $800 on this one trade. Normally I risk around 1,200, but I was just watching and seeing how this was gonna play out. I'll trail my stop along the way, like I said. But right now, since we took out this short-term low, my rules say to move it to break even. If I had multiple contracts on, I would be taking partials here, but since I only have one contract on, I'm not taking partials. And if we get a break even, that's perfectly fine. So 1-to-1 would be partials, so I would consider this a winning trade anyway. So we'll see what happens here. If we do inverse and go higher or hit me on a break even, I'm fine with that. I followed my plan, stuck to my rules, and that's what matters, you know? That's what fucking matters. So now we have more equal lows that we just engineered here. We are just using this breaker now. I took out these lows, so this candle took out this liquidity over here. Let's see how this acts. Okay, break even. So let's see if that break even just leaves me at break even and moves lower or whatever it does. Man, we still bearish SMT here. I'm leaving it out break even. It's probably gonna keep shorting. That's just the name of the game here. Where's that entry at? Right there? You fucking That's crazy. If it just shorts right here. This thing's heavy as all hell, man. We just had a break even, so we were up 40 points. We were up $800 on that one, and this came back to break even. Yeah, we just had break even on this trade here. So now we got more equal lows here. This market is, it's very weird. I like this 5-minute order block to reject and go lower. If we break above it and retest, invert this 3-minute gap and move up to these highs, we could look for a more engineered short distribution and go down towards these equal lows now and these equal lows. But if we stay lower here and continue to get a distribution here, we can move down. Which I think is going to happen. I think the second one I said, I think we're going to fall now versus later. 15-minute just closed very heavy. We don't have any bullish SMT right now on the higher time frame. Lower time frame we do. We're about to close a 30-second inversion level, and there's wick SMT. So maybe we do push higher first. Honestly, let's see here. We made these equal lows. Shifted lower. Motherfucker. If this 30-second inversion just sends price up now, which I think it's going to, yo, no way. This thing's gonna rip, dude. So based on what I'm seeing, this thing has higher probability of moving higher now. Low, low, make another lower low. 1 minute closure, 2 minutes about to close bullish. 3 minutes giving that rejection wick there at the lows. We have equal highs higher. We're at 50% of this range. We don't have SMTs with this wick. Not yet, at least. Baby. It's looking fucking juicy. There she goes. There she goes. The 30-second inversion is this gap here. The reason I'm staying out is this because of this higher time frame. Doesn't really line up to me. You got that 1 hour for value gap there. Like, I'm still bearish. And now we got bearish SMT at the highs. Dude, that might just be one of those candles that really just fakes you out one last time and then it just fucking melts. You know those candles I'm talking about? This just might be one of those candles where it inverts this now. And continues to short. The higher time frame is telling me to short, but my gut is telling me just to wait to see if we get a distribution in here. Like a poke above this high, at least on one of the indexes here, before we move higher. Let's see what we get. Two minutes looking heavy again. More bearish SMT here. I like that. So we just take out an internal high. Wick on the 5 minute. Dollar needs to flip bullish. We took out these lows here. Okay, let's see what we get now. So now we're pushing back up above this gap here. We're just kind of just consolidating in this range. Nothing's really clear yet. Oh, man. Higher time frame, soup the high, trade lower, pulling back into this range. So if we get a clear distribution in here, I want to look for a short. So we got these equal lows, you got the 1 hour gap. So fucking stupid. Now the question is, are we just souping these lows, or are we actually going to push down below them? Because now we're closing this 1 minute gap here. But we're just ending our macro. The format just goes very heavy. Alright, I'm liking this now. Let's see if we push down below. Here's some more. Got another 50% of this wick here. 30-second inversion, 30-second inversion, 5-minute inversion. Alright, 3-minute did not close, just wicked it again. That's all this keeps doing like right now. It's not really doing much. We have lower low here, higher low there. Equal highs here. This high up here. Then none broke yet. So there's no SMTs of this wick yet. So for what I'm seeing, if we inverse this gap, we get a nice closure like this. I would say reaching up to here at this point. Because of the SMTs we have. Okay. There we go. We got that closure. Let's see if it pushes up now. I'm not taking this. I'm just observing it. It's outside of the macro. But this is something I'd be looking at right there. Like a 1R. Like, I wouldn't really expect this to play out because of we're outside of our macro time. So here's the macro time here. Now we got dead zone. Next macro time here. So we'll see. I'm gonna wait for the next macro time. See if we get any buys over here. Okay, I took the short in this macro, but it didn't play out, and that's fine. There we go, that buy's playing out now. We take out this high, so we'd move such to break even at this point. We just let the rest go. Look, we still have this high intact there, so we're gonna go hit this high and then up to here. This is crazy, because I would like to take that buy if we hit this low here, or hit the midnight open. If it was in a macro time, but since it's not, I'm not really too interested. So now I want to see, do we actually get up and above into here? Like, if we break this, if we, like, invert this, and we get this discount here, the question is, do we get something to buy into here? Or does it invert this, and work our way back lower, hit these lows, and then we go make these highs. Take these highs up here. This would be the best trade right there. But until then, this is kind of like you're playing in the middle of two ranges with liquidity on both sides. It's hard to frame anything without anything being hit. Ugh. fuck, man? It would be nice to watch this go smack this high and we get distribution here. Something up here. Smack this high like right now. Displacement. Something like this and just go short like right here. Like a big short position right there. I'm taking this off right now so it doesn't accidentally hit me in. See the lows, the SMTs, pushed up higher. Not even in a macro. Two minutes closed above this one. I'd say that gap should stay open. Let's say we just long this right here with that 2-minute inversion. Probably should stay above there. What's up? What's going on? You got me something? Oh!
All the way from Maine.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
How was Maine? Sorry about that. Alright, so now we're going to be watching this fair value gap now. I think the bias has changed. So since we just rejected this low down here, we had SMT with YM at the wicks, at the low. So I believe that's what's going to make this now switch to go bullish, because we just inverted this 5 minute now. As you can tell, we inverted this 5 minute, we inverted this 2 minute, and we have this 5 minute fair value gap. So I want to watch to see if we dip down into this fair value gap and give us some type of rejection and then target these highs. Well, that high was already hit, but these highs up here to go forward with that bullish bias. I mean, as a trader, you can't predict exactly what the market's going to do, but you can adapt to the new information that it gives you. Because before this buy happened, I was thinking maybe we can get consolidation, a sweep at this high or something, SMTs, more bearish closures, and then a continuation of these lows. But now there's these equal highs in the site. Do we get a retest here, inversion to go long with SMTs here up into this high? Maybe. So I want to be paying attention to that. We're in our macro right now. If SMT is in the 1 minute wick, so that might just send us higher now. Yeah, it looks like that's what's going to happen from here to up there. Let's say we took a buy here. Stop is like really big. I think this is too risky to have your stop this tight. Treat this as a breakaway gap. But I mean, this is all possible right there. Just this buy here. Because on YM we have lower lows on the wicks. But I'd rather wait to see if we get something a little bit better here soon, next 20 minutes. Yeah, like look at this over here. With these indices, at the higher lows at the wicks, lower low here on YM. I still want to pay attention. Do we get a retest here and a push higher? I think that's what's going to happen. That looks like what it's going to happen. What would invalidate that is it pushing down, closing down below here, continue to consolidate, or if it just rips onto the low. Or if we rip this high and then we get ready to shift lower. So that's really like what I'm looking for right now. If there's a good setup, I'll take it. I'll definitely take it. Alright, we just poked this internal high there, bearish SMT at the wicks. That's making me think we're going to trade down into this area here. Let's see what we get. If we get a good trade set up, I'll risk. If it's 30 points, I'll risk about $1,200 in this account. Because we got these equal highs here. But if we break this high anytime soon, we get a distribution here with a nice inversion with SMTs after taking out these highs, I'll short it down to this area down here, all the way down to these relative equal lows, because these are clear equal lows down here. There's a lot of money down there. So we'll see. Or if it just inverts this whole thing in general, gives us SMT in here, distribution, get a nice inversion here, and then shorts down, that's another good entry right here. Because we took out this internal liquidity, left these highs, the body started showing that we were going to go bearish, with more SMTs here, then we can go short from there. So instead of getting emotional about trying to predict where the market's going to go, we plan it and we take advantage of a good situation. So right now, I'm watching this fair value gap here on the 5-minute. I want to watch to see how price reacts in this 5-minute gap. We're also bouncing off of a new week opening gap as well. I don't know why my end log's not on here. No, we're not on this one. So we're bouncing off the new week opening gap as well. So we're bouncing off that new week opening gap. But we did just take out that internal high, so we gotta watch how this plays out. Because now if we invert this gap here on 5-minute, we could sell off. 4-minute as well. 3-minute. It's gonna do like 3 different things. It's either gonna retest here, go long, come here, consolidate. We don't take anything. Break down below, come in, reject, and go lower. We got like 13 more minutes to see if we get a setup. If there's nothing in 13 minutes from now, then I'm either just going to observe it or I'm not going to take anything. Or I'm just going to hop off, honestly. 11:10. At 11:10, we'll see where we're at. Took out this 5-minute wick low, lower low, higher low. But on YM, we actually dipped into this fair value gap here. So we do have SMTs. Lower low here, higher low on this wick. 30-second fair value gap here just got inverted. So this buy right here, we were in our macro. This buy right here up to this high, up to these highs, could play out. SMT on the 30-second, maybe not, maybe not. I don't see it on the wicks yet. But yeah, this 30-second inversion is playing out right here. There we go. We got the 30-second fair value gap right there, but higher time frame. Since we took out this high here, it's 1, 2, 3. I know we can come back into here, but honestly, I'd like to see another drive inversion higher. That's what I'd like to see with SMTs of some sort. Hence is why I did not take this trade. If you ask me why, it's because of my experience, and I've seen this happen many times. So just take notes, take notes. And we hit this high. So we hit this liquidity, we can expect some type of pullback. You can measure this range too. Generally, you'd want to be 50% of this range. So down into here. Pretty close to 50% of that 5-minute gap too. So a 30-second, we just left these equal highs. We might bust them. We might bust right through. I might miss the boat on this bitch, and I mean, that's fine. Trading plan didn't line up. Took out this internal high now. See how it pulls like right back into where we would have entered anyway? Came down, hit this high, pulled right back in. This is not like price action you really want to mess with. Okay, we dipped down into that fair value gap now. I like that. We just stayed higher here on YM. I do not like that we hit this high though. Got a 30-second for value gap up there. We'll see what happens with that. I'm going to take a stab at one contract here, that 30-second inversion. Because we did what I said we had to do. 30 points. So like 500 bucks. If we break any of these highs, stop has to go to break even here. We're looking for these highs up here. So this is a small trade. We broke the highs, so we gotta move stops to break even. So we'll see if this trade continues to move. Stops are at break even. We just delivered out the 5-minute for value gap like I've been talking about. I know we had this breaker that we could come retest and then make me go to break even. I just feel like just based on what we see here in the price action, we want to see it keep expanding. That 5 minute did close pretty good though too. Also my risk reduced here to 10 points. Okay, we just broke this high. See, all of them hit that fucking low there. What are you only on fucking like 10 points? Oh man, about to get a break even. Motherfucker. 2 trades in a row today. Break even. We're up $5 on the day. Oh man. Alright guys, I'm gonna hop off. Take it easy. Love y'all. Peace out. 2 break evens today. Be good.